Picture this. I'm sitting on my porch in Willow Creek, my new slice of suburban heaven, sipping coffee so strong it could wake a coma patient when... splash! The most glorious sound hits my ears like God himself dropped a bowling ball in my pool. I lean over, squinting through the morning haze, and there's Linda Harper, the HOA queen bee, flailing in my backyard oasis, her fancy 12-foot ladder bobbing beside her like a drunk snake. That ladder, folks, was angled just right to spy over my fence, and let me tell you, gravity served up justice sweeter than my mama's peach cobbler, but this was just the opening act of a 3-month showdown that'd make a soap opera blush. I'd moved to Willow Creek, a cookie-cutter neighborhood in Georgia, 6 months earlier, chasing quiet after a divorce that left me with half my stuff and zero faith in people. This place was like a dystopian postcard, every lawn mowed to 1.5 inches, every mailbox painted colonial slate, every neighbor waving like they're auditioning for a sitcom. I'm Jake Turner, 34, a freelance cybersecurity guy who just wanted to code, grow some peppers, and not deal with anyone's drama. But Linda. Oh, she had other plans. A 50-year-old ex-realtor with a smile sharper than a switchblade, she'd been running the HOA for a decade, turning it into her personal empire. Her house, biggest on the block, naturally sat like a castle, and every morning at 7 a.m. she'd strut out in a blazer and heels, walking her yappy poodle Duchess like she was inspecting her kingdom. That splashy morning, I'm bleary-eyed from a late-night tweaking security protocols for a client when I hear Linda cursing like a sailor who stubbed his toe. I jog outside, half worried she's hurt, half dying to see this up close. There she is, waist-deep in my pool, mascara streaking like she's auditioning for a horror flick, clutching binoculars in one hand and fishing her soggy purse out with the other. Her white pantsuit's ruined, but she's glaring at me like I'm the one who pushed her. Jake, she snaps, voice dripping venom. This pool's a hazard. Guidelines say water features need safety barriers. I'm standing there, jaw on the floor, as she tries to spin her nosy tumble into my violation. The ladder's propped to peer straight into my yard, not at some imaginary tree branch she mumbles about later, but right where I sip beers and tinker on my laptop. I help her out mostly to avoid a lawsuit, but as she squelches off muttering about standards, I know this ain't over. Sure enough, that evening an email pings in notice of violation number 00CR1, immediate action required. I open it expecting a slap on the wrist, but it's a novel 47 infractions from misaligned garbage cans to non-compliant porch paint hue. 47. I'm scrolling, heart sinking, realizing this isn't about rules, it's personal. Linda's declared war and I'm her new target. Over the next 2 weeks, my mailbox becomes a dumping ground for her petty vendetta. Day 2. My trash cans are off curb by 3 degrees. Day 3, my hose is coiled improperly. By day 5, I'm cited for excessive lawn decor because of a tiny frog statue, Ferdinand, a gift from my niece. Day 7's a gym, my porch light's 4 lumens too bright. 4. Someone's out here with a light meter, and I'm betting it's Linda, probably cackling like a cartoon villain. I start poking around, talking to neighbors, and the picture gets uglier. My next-door guy, Tom, a 38-year-old accountant, looks like he's aged 20 years. He's out measuring his grass with a ruler, hand shaky, whispering, "Jake, she got me for my doormat being an inch off center." An inch. He tells me about the Millers, a family who moved out after Linda hounded them over their kids' sidewalk chalk. Another neighbor, Sarah, admits she's been roped into Linda's compliance team, spying on folks and reporting violations to avoid Linda's wrath. It's a suburban surveillance state, and Linda's the dictator, using the HOA like a weapon to bully anyone who doesn't bow. Here's the kicker, I'm not just any neighbor. I built Willow Creek's security system 18 months ago for the developer, a guy named Carl, who wanted Fort Knox-level protection without making the place look like a prison. I designed 52 hidden cameras tucked in fake rocks, streetlights, even a birdhouse wired with motion sensors. facial recognition, the works. Residents love the safety, their insurance loves the discounts. But Linda, she's been hacking into it using my own system to spy on everyone. I dig into the footage and find her sneaking around at night, moving Tom's trash can and sprinkling birdseed to frame Sarah for wildlife violations, even planning a tacky gnome in my yard for a citation. Worse, she's got dirt on half the neighborhood, Tom working late in his garage. Sarah's kids sneaking out, and she's using it to blackmail them into compliance. I'm fuming, but Linda doubles down, calling an emergency HOA meeting to put me on trial. Picture a community center straight out of a boring brochure packed with 40 neighbors, me at a lone table like I'm facing a firing squad. Linda's up front in a suit that screams, "I bill by the hour," wielding a slideshow like a prosecutor. She's got photos of my trash cans from a raccoon attack, making it look like I'm a slob, and a zoomed-in shot of Ferdinand looking like he's plotting world domination. Neighbors she's coerced like Mrs. Carter, claiming my radio's too loud when I'm playing jazz at whisper-level pile-on. I try to explain, but Linda's rigged the room. Every word I say sounds like whining. The vote's a slaughter, $3,000 fine, probation, and Linda's smug grin as she declares victory. That night, driving home past identical houses, I'm not broken, I'm pissed. Linda thinks she's untouchable, but she's just shown me every card in her deck. I spend a week in my home office, a fortress of monitors and coffee cups, diving into the security archives. It's worse than I thought. Linda's been targeting anyone who doesn't fit her vision of perfect single guys like me, young families, retirees. She drove out the Garcias, a couple with a noisy toddler, by citing every toy they owned. She hounded old Mr. Hayes until he had a heart scare and moved to a nursing home. And get this, she's been skimming HOA dues to buy spy gear and hire PIs to dig up dirt. Our money funding our misery. I hatch a plan, slow and surgical, to flip the script. Step 1, I send an email to all residents announcing a security upgrade with enhanced compliance monitoring. It's vague enough to sound legit, but precise enough to make Linda sweat. Sure enough, my logs catch her trying to hack the system from her home IP, each attempt timestamped like a gift to a prosecutor. Step 2. I play the fool, muttering about system glitches loud enough for her to overhear while she's snooping, leaving fake error screens on my laptop for her to photograph. The bait's a fake manual I accidentally leave by a window, full of tech jargon about a hidden server in my garage with sensitive footage. She bites hard. At 2 a.m., my cameras catch her breaking into my garage, downloading decoy files while I record her from every